Okay, guys. So what we want to do is try to apply some of the stuff that we've been talking about. We've been talking about the idea of simplifying radicals. That was what your homework was last night, and you guys watched some videos on it. And what I want to do is I want to just show you guys how you can apply it. And one of the ways that you guys can apply it is using the Pythagorean Theorem. If you guys talked about this a long, long time, when I talk about right triangles, I talk about how there's a leg and another leg, and then there's a hypotenuse. And we'll talk about more of why this is the case, but what you talked about is that if I take a leg and square it and add to another leg and square it, it should always, always equal the hypotenuse squared. Okay? A way that you guys have seen this is like if I say this is A, this is B, and this is C, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Okay? So I want to apply this in a circumstance like here. What I want to always do is identify what my legs are, what my hypotenuse is. My hypotenuse is always opposite the right angle, so that's why that's your hypotenuse. This is a leg, and this is another leg. So I know leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. Okay? So if I do x squared plus 15 squared, it's going to equal 16 squared by just substituting the values in. So I have x squared. 15 squared is 225. 16 squared is 256. So I want to get x squared by itself, so I'm going to subtract 225 from both sides. Or 120. Yeah, 225, sorry. And I end up with x squared equals 31. So when I say how do I get x by itself? I'm going to take the square root of both sides because square and square roots undo each other, and I'm left with x equaling the square root of 31. Now 31, one of the things we just talked about was simplifying radicals. Well, 31 is prime, so I can't simplify it. So your final answer would be x equals the square root of 31. Now let's look at another example. Same basic idea. I have 2 squared and I have 2 and 3 and x. So if I look at this, this is my hypotenuse. This is my leg, and this is my other leg. So leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. So 2 squared plus 3 squared equals x squared. 4 plus 9 equals x squared. So I get 13 equals x squared. So x equals the square root of 13. Okay? Let's just look at one other example, question 3. And I want to simplify this. This is my hypotenuse. This is a leg, and this is another leg. So we talked about how leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. So 12 squared plus 12 squared equals x squared. 144 plus 144 equals x squared. 288 equals x squared. I'm going to square root both sides. And I got x to equal the square root of 288. What is 288? 288 breaks down to be 144 times 2, which is 12 times 12 times 2. So this is all underneath the radical sign. For 2 of something, I could take 1 out because it's the square root, and I end up with 12 square root of 2. So what I'm going to ask you guys to try to do is try the next 2 for me, and we will talk about it next. Thanks.